So we're doing a tutorial on timers. You'll notice that at the bottom of your screen, there's a bunch of different possibilities of sizes of things. Cool. Oh, no, 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 not what I wanted to press. My apologies. Get back here. Okay. So you'll see like presentations, Instagram posts, desktop prototypes, so on and so forth. So depending on what size of timer you want to make, depends on which ones of these you're going to want to create. So for instance, if you look at my setup here, you see this timer that's counting down in the corner. So we have 15 more minutes. That was created on Canva and it was done in presentation mode. So as you can see, I was trying to fit this size of box from this corner to this corner. On my sprint timer there. If you're wanting something that fills a space like my work in progress space, presentation mode is a really good one for that. If you're looking to fill a space that is just a block like this, a Facebook post is a good size for that. If you're looking for something that's going to take up the whole side of this, like if you're doing your big face right if you're looking for like to fill the work in progress space with your face, and then you want to fill this side where I have the sprint timer, spotlight, and me, because I like hiding me in the corner. If you're looking to fill all of that with a timer, then an Instagram post is a really good size for that. So let's go back here. I'm going to grab the presentation. Get that off. We're going to load up presentation. So is everybody tracking so far? Can I get some thumbs up or smiley faces to know that you're still with me and able to track so far? Okay, so perfect. Now, if you look over here, you can see that there's different presentation stuff that's a pre-done. I like to use these kind of as a template. That way I don't have to worry about it, but I always grab the one that I think fits best for the project that we're doing. So like this one has some nice background images, the lettering's really cute, but then I go through and I get through rid of anything that's not gonna like serve my purposes. Let me grab this. And then I can grab this guy, put him up in the corner, pull him out larger, and rename this. I would love, one of the things you have to worry about when you do a pre-done like this is oftentimes they will group your sectionals so that they stay in perfect sizing with each other. But then if you don't like something like, oh, I don't want that bar, or I don't necessarily need this second thing down here, and I want this to go wider, it's not, you gotta ungroup them. Then also if you want to change the directionals like that. So I have a nice image, I have a nice background, I have my sprint timer thing here. I could always grab these, just a second, and make this fit the screen better. I like that view, so we're gonna go over with it to there. Then I'm gonna get more of that sky view in there. A little bit more of the island. Okay. And if you guys have any questions about like what I'm moving or how I'm moving it, you're right. That looks so easy. I knew it was easy. Just nice to watch how someone else does it to make sure I'm doing it right. Yeah. it's really easy, and I'm about to get to the most easy part of this whole thing. So let me throw this up into the sprint timer up here, so like it has that nice look to it, and then you can put, let's say you want to put your website. Um, Down here maybe because you're going to post this to YouTube or something, and so you want people to know how to get a hold of your books or what you're doing. Okay, and then we're going to go over here to elements, and this is the biggest key. And you're going to put in the length. Let's say you want a 30-minute timer. So just search 30 minutes, and then you're going to click on videos. And you'll see these timers come up, and see how down below they have 30 minutes and 1 second. Okay, so either of these, throw it up here. I don't really like that one. I like the green better. Either of these are really easy to throw up on the screen. You'll see how these are all like only 25 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. So they're not quite what you're looking for. You can always go back up here. So, and then this is the fun part. Now that we've got our timer and we've got our wording and we've got our background and we have a base timeline, make sure you guys don't have any questions. Oh, so you enter however long you want your timer in the search bar and you click on videos. Not all, because that's going to show you a whole bunch of different possibilities, but not actual timers. You're going to go to videos because that's what you're looking to create is a video. So we got it. This is the funnest part. So if you can dial back the transparency on it. And you can also cut down by double clicking and then going in and sizing down. Done. So I can decide how big I want the time, how much of the black I want showing, and just create it as a background so that it flows in and out of your lettering. Really, really easy. And then here's the funnest part. So with a 30-minute timer like this one, let's say, oh, but I don't want it to be 30 minutes. I'm doing 25-minute time slots for there. Oh, there we go, right there. So I'm doing 25-minute time slots for my Pomodoro method. So I don't want a 30-minute timer. I want a 25-minute timer with a 5-minute timer break. Well, super easy. You go in, you click on it, you click on this clip up here, and then you just move either the end or the beginning to whatever length you want to start the timer at. So in my case, I want to have it just at 25 minutes, and you got to be a little gentle with this one because it loves to slide just a little bit. And then you can be a couple of seconds off. There you go. So now I've got my 25 minutes. And then let's say, oh, well, I really want a full Pomodoro method timer. So yes, this is my first sprint time. I can duplicate this page, but I want to change the background. Let's go in here and change it to waves, because I don't want it to be the exact same that I had there. So yeah, let's make it look like I'm up against that beach sunset or something. Because this is our break time, so I'm going to make it look like a beach sunset. And then you go to your timer again, you go back to clip. On this new timer, you clip it all the way down to the 5 minutes you want. Okay. And then the real fun thing about this, if you go up here to download, what you want to pick is an MP4 video, high quality, because we're not doing this as a GIF. A GIF is just going to put things on rotate and not give you your full amount of time. And you see how it says 3 pages? Well, I don't want that page, so let's delete that up. I just want the 2 pages. So go back, video, got my 2 pages that I want. And then all you have to do is download it. And when you download it, it'll create that MP4 file that you can utilize as a media source file for your computer, just like how I'm using it up here. Any questions so far? You could also use these files, like upload them as an independent sprint timer on places like YouTube, or run a sprint only thing on what is this called? Twitch. No, you're doing a great job explaining. Okay, so a couple of things. If you want to get really, really fancy, right? You can. Oh, I read it explaining. It's okay. No worries. So you can, if you want to get super fancy, you could add like, let me throw a new one of that one, and then a new one on that one, and then a new one after that. Okay, so you have your main timers, right? But I could go over here and I could put in like 30 seconds. And I go back over here to video. And so I have all of these fun like 30-second videos like this one. So what I could do is I can throw this up on here. And then replace the whole view with that. So you can do like, let me pop that in white so it stands out a little bit better. Okay, and then what you go down to here is, instead of having 25 whole minutes here, well, actually, no, leave this 25 minutes alone, but on this one, we're going to do another 30-second countdown. Let's throw this 30-second countdown in here. Oh, I don't like that one as much. Never mind. It's just rotating Earth. Let's see if I get a better one. Ah, yeah, here. So I can grab this 30-second countdown here. Have it cover up and out. That's covering my main views. Again, change the color on this so it pops a little bit better. And what I can go then and do, so is I have 30 seconds on there, but then I go back to this one, right? And instead of cropping the front part, I'm going to crop the end by 30 seconds. Okay. So what then happens is this is going to play for 30 seconds, and then this is going to play starting at 25 minutes and play down to 30 seconds before the end of the 25 minutes. This one will play for 30 seconds, and then I'll get this sprint timer, and then I grab the end of this one. Oh, not the crop job. Grab the end of it and move it up Gotta be delicate with this. Doesn't like that perfect. Eh. There's probably an easier way of getting these to like fall into line because it wants to be at that 33. There we go. Okay, 30 seconds. And then I delete this one. And what happens is then when this one ends, it rotates back into this timer that then leads into this timer. So that's how you can get super fancy, is by cropping both the beginning to match the time that you want for however long the sprint is, but also taking out a small chunk, maybe a 10-second or a 15-second, up to a 30-second crop down so that everybody knows, hey, we're switching into break. 30 seconds left in the sprint, or 30 seconds until the next sprint starts, built into the timer so that you don't have to do much. It's changing the visualization on the timer for you. And that's how you can get that done. And again, all I did was search for 30 seconds and I got all of these cool 30-second timers. I mean, there's this one. I'm going to just play through it because it's fun. With its multiple electric looking. Like if I had a sci-fi themed one, which I do have sci-fi themed ones, this one would definitely be on my top list of things that I wanted to show off. Or go down here. I think I played this one a little bit for you guys with the drop down numbers. You can get something spacey like this. Where it has this cool moving background. Now, something you might want to think about doing, okay, let's take this one out for a minute. You can put, how I did a static background image? You don't have to have a static background image. Your background image can be something like this that moves on a 30-second timer. And then you could see how this one has like that space. And I can still squeeze these down, okay, so that it's within that space right there. And then the fun thing, make it transparent so that that nebula is shining through it. And so both will actually play. So you have this double sprint timer with this, with the nebula also playing in the background, all for 30 seconds. I mean, you can get as fancy as you want with all of these things. Just gonna throw this back over the top here. Play around with it, find what you like. Um, One of the things that I did when making all of my timers is you'll notice up in the corner, because I have my. Oh, does Canva do sound? Yes, so some of these do have sound on them. You can also add sounds. I'm like some of these actually have sounds, but you can also go over here to audio. And so if you have a pro Canva membership, which I have a pro Canva membership, then you have a certain amount of leniency with the licensing of all of this stuff. And you can add these. Let's say that I wanted to add this, then I can also you know, edit it or play it down. Since I'm on with you guys, it's not letting me actually play it, but I can add it like I can add different ones, therefore, to different things. Um, like I can choose this one to be on here. I can build them out. You can change like how much of this sound you want, where you want it to stop and end, that kind of stuff, and whether you want it on repeat. But again, I've never played with that. All of my background sounds and stuff I've gotten from other sources, but it's there. It's definitely there if that's what you're into and you want to do. Any other questions? I know the screen looks like a total mess now, but uh, here, let me real quick. I'm going to delete out the long ones. Just so that, I'm going to crop this down to a 30-second. There we go. And then leave that one up where it's at. Crop this one down. Sorry, if I went quiet, it's because I'm trying to figure out. Oh, there we go. And then put it in presentation mode. Let's see. I can't. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I'm not on the first one, so let me go backwards. There we go. Of course, when this is an MP3, then it's going to automatically show you guys the transitions at the end of each one. It's not going to repeat on the basis, but this is just to get you an idea of what the timer would look like. Of course, this one's totally messed up, so I apologize. And then finally, the last sprint timer there. And then when this counts all the way down, we'll be back where we started. Oh, I just pressed present to show you guys how to do that. So I'm using Canva's present mode within the screen that I am already sharing. So I'm not actually sharing my screen per se. I am sharing specifically uh, my I'm trying to think my web tab. So like if I add another tab, well, I guess it does share that too, but it's not sharing my whole screen. Like I have my setup over here. Um, and so Angstas taught me how to do that. Uh, when you go to sources on OBS, there's a tab. So you have audio capture, audio output capture, color display capture is when you're doing your whole screen. And I use the window capture. It's at the very bottom. And so that's what I'm using to show you Canva today. I also have a black bar up at the top here that's purposely positioned to help protect some of my information, things that I don't necessarily want the world knowing that I click in and out of on a regular basis, that I have in my save bar and stuff like that. So that's what that's there for. And then, yeah, so you can see like my Canva stuff and putting together and presentations and things. So, did I forget anything? Did I leave anything out? Yes, I would agree. There is such a learning curve with all of this. Hands down, trust me, I still don't know it all. I am wildly still learning, but I'm enjoying learning. Like, so just for now, I'm gonna deactivate that. I'm gonna grab, so I made this timer specifically for, oh, no, 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 no. No, what am I, what just happened? Okay, no, there we go. Grab this one back. So you'll see my black bar. A second. I'm gonna try to get this full screen here. And then okay, there we go. So I made this one in Canva. And it plays as a media source. And it's a full loop timer in the Pomodoro method. So 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. And as you can see, what I did is I put my book image in it. So, and then here, I'll stop it and then restart it. See how I put the fancy starter? Hey, we're going into we're going into a sprint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Hey, look, we're sprinting. Yeah, but it's really subtle. It's right. So if you look underneath the 5 and 1 and the countdown, that's where my book is. And then I have, of course, the typewriter on this side because I think that looks cute. And it's a coffee table sped up. This background image of the coffee cup with the typewriter is a Canva image. And this book one, I actually use um, a different editor because I find that they do a better job with putting books on making fake books, for lack of a better term, images of your book as a book. They're not actual fake books, but they're digitized versions of what books would look like. Because, for instance, Imperial Voyage is not nearly that big in real life. It's much smaller. Um, but by doing that, by throwing that into this setup, it's not necessarily super advertising. It's just subtle. It's subtle, like, hey, I'm writing, I'm here, I'm doing this writer thing. And by the way, I have a book. Look at me. If you look on my timer, you can see that I have a book. So again, play with it. Figure out what's best for you. Figure out what works for you. And yeah, that's really all I can say. I do on occasion take this timer down. Oops, not what I was intending. Nope, still not what I was intending. See, learning in progress. I do take this timer down and I put it in my work in progress video and make it super big. And then that way people know, okay, we're really working on sprints this time. Um, so I had a book like that. I wrote my first novel back in 2009, and that still has not seen the light of day. Two of my family members read it, and then it went into a I need to edit this drawer, and it just I could never edit it. The fact that it exists allowed me to continue writing other things, and that's what I love it for. It will forever remain in an unedited drawer. um, I think I might have put it up on Wattpad, but I think that I took it down because it didn't even get traction on Wattpad, the poor thing. It's just, it needs editing, and I don't have the heart in me because I wrote it and that was all I could get out. But my next book that I wrote, I loved. It's an amazing book. Here, let me grab this guy bigger. I'm gonna size this guy down, put him back where he's supposed to be. So the next book that I wrote, I shopped and shopped and shopped and shopped and shopped. It's kind of my, it was kind of my baby. Um, I put it out. I think I submitted it. This was back when self-publishing was really starting. Like, I wrote this back in 2012, 2013, back before it was really big, back before Wattpad was big. Uh, and I shopped it to a number of publishers. Uh, grab this. Um, so scoot in here.